Freaky dinkies.
Hey, Shalom. Shalom. Let us give all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, Ma'ashem, Yahushua, Ma'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to Yaki and pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, we're back on this Thursday evening, and it's going to be an open forum. There's a lot of news, prophecy that's been down and throughout the last couple of weeks. Especially ever since the Passover. We actually look now. You have these storms that have been hitting like never before. Like they're constantly hitting left and right. Like they hit Houston not too long ago, a tornado. Then, like I said, we had Apostle Ricard. He actually threw out a curse over in downtown Dallas. Then look what just happened a few days ago. That was on Friday. Within the next 3 days, you had what? Tornadoes hit. So the spirit is out and it's going throughout the four corners of the earth. And we also see that the Lord is doing his work. All right, because one thing about the evil in the city, as the scripture says in Amos, the Lord has not done it. That's Amos 3, around the 5th or 6th verse. 8 verse, done. And that's so the Lord, he's actually making his moves and he's, getting ready for the kingdom to come. But until then, we got to go through this process. The process of seeing the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, and no brought the downfall of Esau, Edom, the kingdom, his rulership. All right, but the Lord, like I said, we got to see that happening. We're going to be in the midst of this downfall because what we're here in Babylon. All right, the Lord's going to do a major work, and then we're going to see the deliverance, like I said, of the elect of Israel. All right, and the elect of Israel, who are the so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right.
Check this out real quick. Also, you can say right here, U.S. convicted Donald Trump said a guilty verdict is the first in American history for a former president. That proved that the higher ups, the top elite banking families, leadership, their thrones going to be taken down by the most out of the sun, man. That proved the American, they call it CTB, the American Serpent of the Brain, man.
I got a quick one to the elder was brought out. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So like the elder is going into it. The Lord takes Esau down and says, how art thou fallen from heaven? It's going to be what was it? Lightning? Was it the wind doing that? Yeah. We can pull that Lucifer too. Okay, you gotta move this one. You gotta break that down. A lot of people think when it's talking about Lucifer, it's actually talking about the spiritual leader Satan. You know what I'm saying? It's not. In this instance, it's talking about the king of power, those brothers in the kingdom. Strong's H 19666, Higher Law says Lucifer, light bearer, shine on the two. This Babylon right here, man. Right. You see, this Babylon at the end times, man. When you read up in Isaiah 14, it goes to what? The king of the Lord had mercy and choosing Israel, setting in our own land, going back into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes into talking about the downfall of that ruler, you know what I'm saying? Lucifer, that them call themselves the light bearer, man. You see, who call themselves there right now, like the top rich elite banking families. You see, you have particulars, EG. See, these are the luminaries of this time. They call themselves the luminaries of this world, man. You see, it says of the king of Babylon and Satan. You see, of the king of Babylon. You see, and when you continue reading, it says, "Is this the nation said, is this the man?"
Yeah.
You see, then you know it's not talking about an actual. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking about the actual spiritual angel Satan, man. You see, because Satan is an angel. All right.
When you get through with it, you can jump down to, what is it, verse 16 or 17?
I got you. Isaiah 14:16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Right, and it goes into being that man.
All right. And who is that man? It tell you in Second Thessalonians, it's that going into that man, that son of perdition. All right, who working coming out, is coming out of the workers of Satan. All right, his energy, and that's who it is. He's a light bearer. Now, how we know that he's the person who's carrying the light at this point? Because you go out with Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now this man knows Esau, even which is, knows who we are, and he knows who he is. That's why he covered the faces of the judges. All right, he's Lucifer, like I said, he's the light bearer at this point. All right, but what he's gonna do? He's gonna be cast down. Going to Isaiah 47. You tell him to sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, he rules Babylon. All right, he's the modern day Egyptian. All right, modern day Assyrian. You know, all these things that we bring up in the Lord, like I say, when you mention power and rulership, you know what I'm saying, in these times, in these modern times, you gotta look who is the face of it, the face of it. The power always gonna have a particular person or a particular entity up there. And in this world is what? It's the land of sin. You saw it?
He said he has the way. See, he said he has the way. He has the light. He has the wisdom. See, but we understand that this man's wisdom is truly not wisdom at all. It's wickedness, man. See, just look at the earth and the way that everything is stated. See, the mindset of the people, all right, the food, the water, the air, everything is defiled, everything is dying and sick.
Yep.
See, so its way is truly the ways of death. That's why it tells you in Habakkuk chapter 2, you're done. See, it is as death. See, because every way about this man is nothing but death and destruction. See, Esau can't do nothing good. The Lord didn't create him to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He created him to be wicked, man.
In the book of Jeremiah, the Lord said he's against thee, destroying mountains. You know, we know mountains can also represent governments in the scriptures. You know, and then destroying government. This current world is ruled by the government of Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man, is according to the Holy Scriptures.
This is the book of Job, chapter 10 and verse 21. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. So as the priest was just going into the book of Isaiah 14, about Lucifer, they went into the Hebrew word or name, Lucifer, Hayallah, means light bearer. Well, the light, the so-called light that Esau has, is really darkness, as we just read. All right, because he's ruling this land of darkness, which is Babylon, the great America. All right, Isaiah 60 chapter, how gross darkness is over the people. It says, I'm going to read this again, Job 10 and 22. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order. And this is a place that doesn't have any order. This is why it's known as Babylon. It means confusion. You see, this is the place where a woman circled and campeth around a man. And it says in Jeremiah the 31st chapter, this is the place where children are your presence. All right, this is the place where the so-called white man has had his foot up our ass, man. All right, for hundreds of years. All right, we can't do nothing about it. You see, so this is the place, all right, that's without any order. It says, and where the light is as darkness. So anything in this land, in Babylon the Great, that poses itself to be light, all right, you may go to college to be enlightened, all right, you may get stuck into these particular philosophies, try to get so-called enlightened. It's still darkness, man. All right, because the only true light is Yahweh Shai, John chapter 1. All right, with John the Baptist, right, he bore witness to that light. It was that like John 1 and 4. That's why Yahweh Shai was known as the true light. You see, because you have light, all right, but you also have a true light, which is Yahweh Shai. And this is the light that has entered into the world, all right, to give the elect life, man. And that's the spirit, because before we had got the camera rolling, when the elders had put in the chat, right, the conception of life, you know, scientists so-called, you know, got this, you know, got actual image of, you know, the sperm hitting the egg, and as soon as the sperm hits the egg, it's a big, you know, proof of life, you know. And that's proof, man. And because, hey, who's that true light? That's Yahweh Shai, and all life comes from him, man. You see, light is life. Without actually having light in the world, right? You wouldn't have no light. You wouldn't be having no vegetation, all right? No animals, no fowls in the air. No, of course, it wouldn't be us, all right? So this is that light that has come into the world, all right? This word, all right, which is Yahweh Shah, that's given the elect light, man.
Right. And like I said, with that light, it gives us ways where we can walk through and we can see. We can see the BS that's going on. All right. We can see the prophecy where it's leading to. And what is it leading to? It's leading to ultimately to the MOT to the B. And the Lord opened our eyes up to where we can see what's coming and shed light throughout the world, throughout Israel, all right, for the elect to receive, to know what's coming, to know what to prepare for. So we're spiritually prepping, through spiritually how about you shot on the things that are about to come down the pipe. And it's not going to be easy, all right, it's not going to be smooth, but we know things are about to break down. All right, we're going to have all type of these people that's going to become bugged out when they can't get to their meds. All right, you're gonna have people that's gonna start doing away with their children. You're gonna have, like say, what is that? Matthew 10. I could get that in 34.
You want to get it for you?
Come off the shot.
Yeah.
Because Lord, He's coming to bring a lot of division throughout families. All right, throughout friends. All right, and at the same time, simultaneously, when that's happening, you're gonna see the collapse of the money system. All right, even like I say, going to the matches, the wars, the rumors of war, all these things are happening. We're letting the people know because we're trying to get the blood off our hands. So when the Lord come back, it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. All right, and that's basically also getting the blood off our hands to get prepared for deliverance. All right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 34. It's a red letter, Yahweh Shah. He says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword."
See, as they say, peace, then what? Sudden destruction is going to come. That's because Yahweh Shah has already ordained that to happen. All right, He said He's coming. He arrived. It's not going to be peace. All right, before we get to peace, you got to go through what? You got to go through a cleansing. All right, that is basically putting death of the wicked one. All right, putting him in chains, getting prepared for what? Build up the kingdom of heaven. All right. So that purification, especially in Babylon the Great, because this got to be decimated. But the Lord ain't finna send peace. It's finna come and bring forth the overtaking of a rulership. It's not peace when you overtake a kingdom. It's not peace when you come and siege your kingdom. All right? So it's not going to be peace in there. The Lord is going to come, like I said, with fire. All right? As it says in Isaiah 66 and 15. All right, the Lord is going to come with all that. All right? By way of the fathership and by way of the charity. Before they hit, the nuclear destruction on you. So do you hear about it? Did I just mention any peace within that? What I just mentioned? No. But that's what the Lord is ordaining. That's what's coming.
What's the reason? Matthew 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, Matthew 10 to 35, he says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother."
And that variance goes into a difference, tension, fighting, division.
It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law."
When you see that division, you're going to have families fighting. At the same time, you're going to have division in families. You're going to have, like the Lord said, He's coming with a sword. He's coming to bring division in the family, and He's coming to bring about what? Putting people to death. Right? But the sword, what does it do? It actually comes to divide, and also it comes to maim, or what it say, to stab and kill. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of division within, you have your neighborhoods. All right, your family, your friends, your neighbors. It's going to be quite a division amongst you. All right, it's going to be quite a division. You're going to have a lot of them, but the Lord is going to put forth what? Bring forth actual sword towards one another. All right, family putting other family members to death. We're seeing that today. And it's only going to get worse when you can't get food. You can't get water anytime, There's only a pack of crackers in the damn pantry and you wake up and your woman or your brother or your cousin ate the shit, that you're gonna lose your mind. You know, what is that? That's when you're gonna be waxing.
love of many shall wax
cold.
cycle.
Yeah, there's going to be a cycle, so people gonna become very psychotic. All right. One thing they're gonna be off those meds. You gotta think about that. When those meds are they can't go to Walgreens, they can't go to CVS and say, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my prescription." They're like, "We out of here." Bro, you're gonna have people panicking right there.
They showed you that in the movie Contagion. You know, when they had bum rush at pharmacy, people just jumping over the damn counter. The pharmacists had to get out the way, you know.
Watching a good zombie apocalypse.
Right.
They were zombies, they own drugs.
Yeah, most people in the United States, I mean, it's just true statistics. Most people that live in the United States, they're substance abusers, man. You know, of course, you know, most people are pill heads like what you're going to. They may be, you know, if they can't get their blood pressure medication for a day or two, you know, they're gonna get hypertension, pass the fuck out. Like diabetics, you know, the glucose, you know, jump to a 3, but they're gonna go into a diabetic ketoacidosis and die eventually. All right. So you got these people with the medical conditions, but you also got people that use recreational drugs, which that has pretty much put them on a high level of dependence. So you take that away from them just a day, 2 days, 3 days, they're gonna bug out, psycho, as y'all just went to the Greek. All right, people's addicted to these phones. All right, food, coffee,
chemicals and drugs and food.
Yeah, food, like even simple things, like the Doc just said, man, the food, coffee, and this is why scriptures tells us.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes, weed. Weed is man,
They should use
you can't separate niggas from their weed.
Percocets, you got niggas on lean.
And you got niggas killing each other over for particular these substances right now.
Yes.
Right.
You know, so it's what I mean, man. You take things away from people that's their only escape. You know?
Yeah, because they're mentally unstable, man. These particular things that brothers are naming is the only thing that keeping them, you know what I'm saying, in some form of sanity. Yeah. See, when that shit gets taken away, like the brother said, the love of many shall wax cold. I got some real quick, bro. Luke 21 and verse 25, it says, "There shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars." And we just had a blood moon a couple of nights ago, man.
Right.
And it's been like blood moon after blood moon, man.
Like 4 nights in a row.
You know, these particular things, these planets alignment. We seeing all these particular the alignments of these particular planets, comets supposed to come by. All this shit happening. These are all signs in the heaven, man. You see, we just had an eclipse not too long ago. You know, they X'd out. You know what I'm saying? The whole United States, man. You see, so continuing on.
7 cities.
Yeah, the first time it was the first eclipse. It was Salem, which is Shalom, meaning peace. And then 7 years later, what? It was Nineveh. You see, but now Nineveh is what? Destruction. You see, it's linked to destruction, right?
Right.
But it says, continuing on Luke 21, in the middle of 25, it says, "And upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring."
I got that word complexity operator. It says inability from the Google definition. It says inability to deal with or understand something complicated or unaccountable.
You see, they're not gonna be able to comprehend what's going on or why is it happening, man. So you go to the confusion,
Bewilderment, puzzlement, bafflement.
You see?
Right.
Bafflement. That's why when you read in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, it talks about it shall be taken in great number. You see, you know, we use that as, you know, people being taken out, you know, actually like a brother going into being killed. You see, but that also is going into confusion, being taken by confusion, man. Not knowing what's going to take place and why is it happening, man. Go to the blue letter and get that word, bro.
Okay. That word Strong's G640, aporia, says a state of one who is in perplexity.
Go back up, go to the root word.
The root word, aporio, says to be without resources.
Be without resources, man. You see, like the brother said, that's what's gonna make people start that little mini waxing cold. You see that dog eat dog mentality. These people already have it right now, but as resources dwindle, you see as things get tighter, you see to actually lock in more with the same particular things, and y'all need to be doing this, y'all need to be doing that. That ain't just the apostle saying that. You see, that's just the spirit of the world warning us through those men. You see?
It says be in straits, to be left wanting,
To be left wanting, man. Keep going out.
to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which one.
The earth that don't know what to do. It's the elect, man. See, those men inside the ministry, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is thy treasure. You see, then this work that we putting in right now, what these people see, it's not to be something, not to be important. It's something small and insignificant. You see, then it's gonna really blossom. It's gonna shine in the times that we get ready to come into, man. You see.
It says not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed. Keep going here in Strong's definition. It says to have no way out. An example, be at a loss mentally.
Man, to be at a loss mentally, no way out. If you ain't know what so imagine, hey, they ain't gonna have no hope, no way out, no hope, man. You see, they're not gonna have any hope in the times to come, man. That's why the scripture says, shall there be faith on the earth? You know, that's how hard it's gonna be, man. You know, we coming up until the time where the biggest test of our fucking lives, man. You know, we ain't never been through nothing that we're getting ready to go through. You know what I'm saying? Before that we're getting ready to go through, man. That's soon approaching. So how much more should we be training and preparing ourselves, man? Spiritually, man. You see? That's some more to this. Damn, my bad. Going back to that Luke 21:26, it says, man, hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. You see? So that lets you know in verse 26 is gonna these people they ain't gonna know what to do, like the brother said, they're gonna be left wanting with no hope. You see? Yeah. It's gonna be all out chaos, man. The powers of the heaven are gonna be shaken. That's going into these different governments of the earth, man. You see? They ain't gonna know what to do, man. You know?
Yeah, because Isaiah 47, it said that evil is gonna come upon thee, and that thou is not gonna know from whence it comes.
Right.
It said, man, it say terror shall make him afraid of on every side. You see?
You had something?
Yeah. This is first 2 Timothy 1. I started verse 6. So like I said, for the things that are coming, the Lord, like I said, the Lord got his spirit on us, but like I say, it's gonna be elevated in those times, because like I said, this is gonna be a time that's never been seen before. All right, you gotta think about the different times in history where the Lord has really did his work on earth, going to the flood, going to you might go into how destruction happened, Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, all these different events. You know, even look at the major earthquakes in the world, all these different events that happen in the world that the Lord really put a foot down and say, this is a remembrance of my work. You know, we got to get prepared for what's to come. This is 2 Timothy 1 and verse 6. It says, wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh Shai, which is in thee, by putting on my hands. For Yahweh Shai has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. All right, and that sound mind is what we have to have. Right? We got to have self-control. All right, the sound mind is basically having the ear to hear and listen and go. Let the Lord take the wheel. All right. Brother mentioned like when you get, I think the other mentioned when you get basically, if you go on, they're gonna be hemming us up. We may have to go in front of, Esau, and give our testimony or what have you. Hey, it's gonna be the Lord that's gonna be our mouthpiece. During the time when Peter, when they had him up, you what? The Lord that gave him this mouthpiece. So this is the time, like I said, with the sound mind, put it in the hands of the Lord. All right, we just read earlier, it said, which is indeed by putting on of my hands. All right, verse 8 it says, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of being his prisoner, but be thou partakers of the affliction of the gospel according to the power of the Yahweh, who has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which is given us with Mashiach and Yahushua before the world began. All right, so we were predestined to do this. And like I say, why are we doing it? Not on our own accord, but what? The purpose and grace of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, let him know to make way for him to perform, because he's coming to perform his work. All right, that's when he saw what it says in Job when he's about to fill his belly. All right, form his enterprise. The Lord is going to come and take it away from him. All right, and we're here to what? To basically give that word and let you know. Because what? We want to get saved. Because the Lord said he's going to save us and call us to a holy call. So with all these things that are coming, these bad times, these evil times, but we got to have faith that the Lord is going to be with us. We just got to continue to pass good work.
If I can add, this is the simplicity of the gospel, man. Scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon 1:1, all right, ye that be judges of the earth, all right, love righteousness and seek the Lord with simplicity of heart. See, because the elect is going to be putting on, therefore, the elect. Why? Because ultimately they just want to be saved. You know, they're not going to be filled with hypocrisy, the gal, and deceit. All right, trying to just be some super deep grooves. You know, coming to this thing, just want to make a name and image for themselves, man. And we're in this thing for salvation, man. You know, because we believe the report that the Lord's about to fuck this place up. You know, that's the only reason why you be making your body a living sacrifice. Now, I want to grab this in the book of John 14 because you had made mention when these times come, because really, there's really no way we can really like prep for a time of trouble such as never was since there's a nation. All right. Until like we just gonna have to be put in it and the Lord just be with us. And that's the purpose of the Holy Spirit. This is John chapter 14 and verse 15. This is a red letter. Yahweh Shai said, if you love me, keep my commandments. All right, and keeping the commandments, ultimately believing in Yahweh's son, which is Yahweh Shai. Right. All right, counting on his deeds, counting upon his good works, his sacrifice to be upon our behalf. And by us believing on him, that looks in the image of us pretty much putting on, therefore, Yahweh Shai, walking in wisdom. You see, applying Yahweh Shai, all right, taking the low, being humble, being meek, being lowly. All right, verse 16, he says, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, right? Because at the time when Yahweh Shai was with his disciples, he was a comforter unto them. All right, but after he left his disciples, he says, I'm going to give you another comforter. It says that he may abide with you forever. Now I want to grab this word comfort in the Greek. In the Greek, it's Strong's G3875, parakletos. It says, I'm going to get to the point. It says, of the Holy, this is the last section of it, it says, of the Holy Spirit, destined to take the place of Hamashiach with the apostles after his ascension to the Father, to lead them to a deeper knowledge of the gospel truth. Right? That's that unction that the Lord's given all of us, man. All right, it says, and give them divine strength. Divine means something from the heavens. Because in and of ourselves, we're not strong, man. There's no way we're strong enough to endure what we've been going through and what we're about to go through. So that's why we need strength from the heavens. Ephesians 6:12, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. It says, and give them divine strength needed to enable them to undergo trials and persecutions on behalf of the divine kingdom. It's just going to what you were saying. Like, it's just going to ultimately take the Lord's Spirit to be on us, man. All right, because we ain't got it. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we none of us had ever been put in a situation where our backs is against the walls. We got robot dogs staring us in our face, flame-throwing dogs staring at us. Esau got his drones over us. All right, you know, you got just, yeah, man. We haven't been in that situation yet. And the only way to make sense out of it in order to get delivered is the Holy Spirit. That's that Dawah that you read about in Ezekiel 9:4. And the only ones who are going to get that are those that sign and crime for all the abomination. You got to be pissed in this world, man. You see, the Lord ain't coming back for no complacent Israelite, complacent being here, man. No comfortable ass Israelite. That's a wicked ass spirit, man. The hell you like comfortable in a damn garbage can, man.
He said he's going to punish them that are settled on their knees.
It's great how the Lord got a doctrine to where you gotta believe it. But the way that's great, like you see, you read the John, you gotta be put out there in it. You gotta be in the midst of it. So he teaches us, instructs us on what to do. Because like he said in the Peters, he says, "Dear beloved, I beseech." The word beseech goes to beg, instruct, to teach. So that's what the doctrine is being taught to you to instruct you which path to go down. Jeremiah 16, walking the old path. Meaning, don't follow your own way of understanding the course of life. This is the course of life, it's the scripture. He's begging you to be a pilgrim, man. So the best way we can is just detach from these things in the world, man. Whether it's food you love to eat all the time, from the diet, it's a whole plethora of shit you got to detach from. If you attach to that shit, man, it's gonna get hard, man.
It's like,
No, you gotta go.
I was reading scripture, that's what Yahweh Shai, basically teaching the disciples, man. Telling them about faith, then he pulled them out there, you know what I'm saying? And like you mentioned, bro, that time when they was in the storm, that particular time when they were in their boat, that was the Lord throwing them out there. He was telling them, he was spending time preparing those men. You can tell them about faith, and then you will put, you know what I'm saying? There's only so far you can go with talking about. You gotta be put in a situation. Or that nigga can talk about, oh man, I know how to, man, if you can study all this shit, you know how to, but if you actually go and do it, then it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like you can watch, you can watch boxing, you can see how they train. Yeah, you can train in this shit, but you ain't never sparred. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's good on
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's enough. It's only so much you can do talking. You have to gain that experience by actually going through it. And you see, that's what Yahweh Shai was doing with the disciples, and he's still doing right now. All right, with us, deal with these particular trials and tribulations that every brother is going through. And we believers, everything that you're going through is a particular trial that the Lord purposely set up to put you through a storm. You see, pray for that ultimate storm that you get ready to face, man.
Right, bro. The Lord had the apostles and elders go back then and training up participants. They were still in training along with those men. It's about now eschatology. Now it's time for the end to come. That's crazy, bro. They've been training since it's back then.
I got something real quick, bro. You got something, bro?
Yeah,
you
it was just going. Y'all,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
this is you break it down. This is the book of Sirach 22 in the GNT, starting at verse 16. A wooden venue can be put into a building so firmly that an earthquake cannot shake it loose. A person can be trained to use reason and good sense so well that he keeps his head when a crisis comes. See, so that's what the Lord is doing, right? This is boot camp, man. All right, if we fainting now, get up now. All right, that means that we fainting in boot camp. You consider the Marines, right? Forget the Army. That's for low level niggas. All right, but if you go to Marines, all right, that's for the that's supposed to be the elite of the elite. Yeah, that's the elites, man. But a lot of people die in training in the Marines, man. Like you running all day. All right,
ocean
sleep deprived.
If you be in the ocean water cold as fuck. Man, they wake you up at 3, 4 in the morning in that ocean water in the fridge. I guess it's San Francisco, bro. That's some cold ass water.
Yeah.
They die in training. Yeah, you right. You got it, bro.
Yeah. And that's how it is in this truth, man. That's why you have particular Israelites falling out. You see particular Israelites make a reprobate decision. They dying in training, man. All right, but we not even in the real battle. But what the Lord is doing right now is what we just read. I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 22 and 16 in the GNT. A wooden beam can be put into a building so firmly that an earthquake cannot shake it loose. And the only way, all right, for us to be that sound, stable building is that we have to be built upon that rock. That's Yahweh Shai. Everything always revolves back to Yahweh Shai. Meaning what? How do we build upon Yahweh Shai? Applying, all right, the things that he did and applying it to our life, man. It says a person can be trained to use reason and good sense so well that he keeps his head when a crisis comes. Look at our forefathers, man. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. Look at Joseph, man, in Egypt. Like the Lord had him go through situation after situation after situation. And each situation he gained a new experience, and it trained him, all right, to keep his integrity, keep his cool, keep his calm, be sober-minded in the face of adversity. And that's the battle that's the condition of the battle. All right, 2 Ezra 7:57, this is the condition of the battle which man is born upon the earth shall fight. That's the battle, is to keep our integrity, keep our sanity, all right, keep our head in the face of adversity, because anybody can look good on paper, anybody can look good, turn on the camera, bring that precept, breaking it down. But what really counts is, okay, are you still gonna be able to apply those scriptures? All right, when the camera's off and you catching hell, don't nobody even know about it. Demons afflict you, Right. That's when it counts, man.
Y'all want to say, when that time, you still got to keep the commandments. And eat pork if you long in, eat 3 days, you see, You have to keep the commandments, you know what I'm saying? That's heavy, bro.
That's why the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding, man.
Right.
Actually, you know what I'm saying? Apply it.
Yeah, you gotta.
Let me look up this real quick. I precept too, real quick. What you hold for precept, how we. No, it's in a different version of God. So when you go into this word, understanding, it says to comprehend and to comprehend or grasp, the idea of to receive from a word, all right, or words, or from a sign or idea, the idea it is intended to convey, to view in a certain way. But basically, you know what I'm saying, like you're saying, you know, you grasp it, man, you see? Like the brother going into Jacob, yeah, we on hold the precept, and then when you go, shit, oh, you put your goddamn hair out, man. You know, what I'm gonna do? You know, you telling that, you know what I'm saying? You telling everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. But going back to the point, man, this is James chapter 5, verse 10 and 11 in MSG. It says, take the old prophets as your mentors. They put up with anything, went through everything, and never once quit. All the time honoring the Most High. What a gift of life it is to those that stay the course. You've heard, of course, of Job's staying power. When you go into that word stay, it means trust. All right. It says of Job's staying power, and you know how the Most High brought it all together for him at the end. That's because the Most High cares right down to the last detail. And you see, so particular deep shit that you're going through in your life, all right, each brother, you know, like the apostle of God, you know what I'm saying? The brother say, like, we all on the same road, we all on that narrow path, but every brother's path is different. It all leads to the same ending, man, but that brother path may be different from mine, man. And the Lord purposely set up, you know what I'm saying, his particular walk and his truth, all right, to bring this brother to you know what I'm saying, what he wants him to be, man. You see? Which is ultimately gonna be the image of his son, man. Reflecting that image of Yahweh Shai, man. You see, but every little last detail that you're going through, you know what I'm saying, whether it be a nigga that the Lord put in your at the job to get on your fucking nerves, you see, or a family member or a woman or whatever it is, man. You see, you have whatever it is, it's all detailed for you, man, for you particularly. You know what I'm saying? Cater. Every last thing. Yeah, it's like, go ahead.
Not good. It's catered and tailored. It's tailored to you. And what it says about the elders, the apostles back there?
It says, all right, going back, just James chapter 5 and verse 10 in the MSG, it says, take the old prophets as your mentors. They put up with anything, went through everything and never once quit. All the time honoring the Most High.
Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generation of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him. That was it.
Real quick, Ecclesiastes 6 and 10 in the NLT, it says, everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there is no use of arguing with God about your destiny. You see, just like we read in James chapter 5 in the MSG version, the Lord cares down to the very last detail. You see, even the smallest shit, the Lord cares about that. Because that's what eventually fashioning you and molding you into what, you know what I'm saying, what he wants you to be now.
He said the very hairs of our head is numbered, man. I got a quote for you. This is Psalms 37 and 23 in NLT. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah. Every detail. Like, even because one thing that Satan does, like, fuck with our minds, like he tries to sift us out of our faith by playing with particular like things in our mind, like saying, okay, well, what I'm going through, it may be too small, the Lord may not be looking at it, No, like the Lord be looking, if you his men, if you one of his men, like he really cares about even like the little small things, man. You getting a flat tire, all right? Or you know, whatever vexes you, man. All right, the Lord, he cares. We just read, I'm reading again. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. Let me get in KJV. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And who's those good men? The elect. When you go into that word order, it goes into predestinated, man. You know, before the foundation of the world was created, the Lord predestinated the steps of those good men. And every little thing, every little twist and turn they may go through in life, okay, I'm gonna allow his baby mama to put on the trial support. The Lord looking at that, that's a detail in the elect man's life. Because that's gonna bring out a particular characteristic I want out of him. Patience, long suffering, vexation, so he can hate this place. Or whatever it may be, man. You know?
Hey, I'm gonna read this one. All right, this is from so it's already on
It's
this.
already, that's really what you figure out. And cater your ass to that doctor.
All right, this is from BibleTalk.tv. It says, building the faith muscle. It says, most people don't like to exercise. It's boring, it's inconvenient, it's painful, but they love what the exercise does. It prevents weight gain, provides good health, and gives an emotional boost. This is why we exercise despite the howls of protest from our bodies. Now I mention this aversion to physical exercise because in many ways it is similar to the test we sometimes have for spiritual exercise. It says, you can see, just as we need to exercise our physical muscles to remain strong and healthy, we also need to exercise the spiritual muscle of faith in order to remain spiritually healthy. Having a strong faith muscle is important because it is what you count on during times of stress, trouble, and loss. Having a weak, flabby faith muscle in times of distress can lead to panic, depression, cynicism, and worst of all, loss of trust in the Most High. You see, like the brother was read earlier in Sirach about, you know what I'm saying, that being put in the ground, you know what I'm saying, that an earthquake can't shake it, you know what I'm saying, a man being trained to use wisdom that he keeps his mind, all right, in times of trouble. You see, that's why the scripture also tells you that physical exercise is,
I got that right here.
go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Timothy 4:8. For bodily exercise profiteth little.
Yeah, we just read some of the prophet. The prophet that he bring good health, you know what I'm saying, emotional mood, better mood, you know what I'm saying? Particular things like that, you know what I mean? You know, keeping weight off of you, you know what I'm saying? Staying healthy, right? Go ahead.
God. It said 1 Timothy 4:8. For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable, profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come.
Yeah, you see, so having that spiritual, working that spiritual, that spiritual muscle, man, is important. You see, because a nigga, look at all these buff niggas in the gym that's benching 300 pounds and squatting 800, man. You see, what are these niggas gonna do when the time is getting ready to come? Them niggas is gonna fold.
And scripture says the mighty man is going to cry bitterly. Man.
You see, because they wasn't flexing that, they wasn't working on that spiritual muscle, man.
Right.
You see, that faith muscle. You see, and that's what the Lord is doing with us right now. But continuing on, it says, in this mini book, therefore, I'd like to describe to you how Yahushua developed the faith muscle of his apostles. This faith building program has been used ever since to help Christians build up their faith muscle and protect from the poor spiritual health. Protect them from poor spiritual health, man. And that's what we in right now. We're in Yahushua's faith building program, man. You see? So going down, it says Yahushua's faith building program. In chapter 4, verse 34 of the Gospel of Mark, summarizes the spiritual exercise approach used by Yahushua. It says, by this time in his ministry, Yahushua had spent a considerable amount of effort at teaching his disciples about faith, how it worked, and what it produced. Once he had given them the theoretical part, he was ready to have them experience the practical portion of his faith building program, like we was talking about earlier, bro. There's only so much that you can say. You have to be thrown into it. You see how, like you were saying, Yahushua was explaining, you know what I'm saying, what faith is to the disciples. Then he was putting them in a situation, you know what I'm saying, so they actually gain experience and actually build their faith. You know what I'm saying?
So like if I can also add, like when you go into the gym, you know, you're trying to stack on some muscles or whatever. Well, in order to be productive in the gym, in order to actually see results, two things gotta happen. You gotta be consistent, and you also gotta have a little rest. You know, that's why, like, because you know the Lord, he be putting, you know, extra plates on us sometimes. You know, he be spotting us though, but he put the weights on us. All right, and we got to do it consistently, but he also gives us little pockets of little rest. You know, that way we kind of get rebuilt back up. You know, so I was going to throw that in there. You know, but the main thing is consistency. That's the only way you're going to see results, man. You got to be consistent with this thing. You got them niggas that can go to the gym in the first of the year, and they do good for like the first 2 or 3 weeks. And they ass fall off. You can't be like that with your Howard Styles regimen, man.
Right. That's right.
This is 1 Peter 5, verse 6. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh Shah, that he may exalt you in due time. And he said we wanted to, like say, that exercise, you build your muscles up, you know, just like a boxer or any person that's a professional athlete, or just an athlete in general. Before they get to that main event, what they do, they actually work the exercise and they work, they build a routine, all right, for when that time comes, they're not going to be just get up off the couch. They're going to try to perform. You know, they basically getting themselves ready and built up for what's to come. And you know, with this, like I said, the Lord is setting us up to become, basically get our minds together, to humble ourselves, and get prepared for what's to come, which is, like I said, these bad times. You know?
That's the only way, like, part of it, that's how you build muscle. Go to the gym, you gotta put your muscle for typical stress to break down particular fibers in order to make that muscle grow.
Right.
You see? Just like with us, man, how much more spiritually what the Lord is doing with us now. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers are going into beautifully. These particular tests and trials that we go through, well, these were perfectly designed for each and every last brother in this walk. You see, the Lord was detailed on everything that like I say, and it's all different. That's what's beautiful, but it all leads to the same thing. We can all relate. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's different, we can all relate, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to finish this. You just mentioned that. It's 1 Peter 5 and 7. It said, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, seeking on whom he may devour. It said, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same affliction are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. All right, so like I said, the devil, he's gonna see who he can devour. And with Spirit how about Shai, like I said, we're building up this spiritual muscle is to keep us from being absorbed and devoured by the devil.
I had one for the brother, Mark chapter 4.
Oh no, stay there. No, we're gonna
Okay.
let me finish reading this real quick. All right, this back in the article, man. It says he was ready to have them experience the practical portion of his faith building program. Mark describes the scene as Yahushua and the 12 enter a boat in order to cross the Sea of Galilee. There in the boat, we can see the 4 steps Yahushua used to build the faith muscles of his apostles. All right, so we're gonna grab that example.
Mark 4 and 34 through 41. But without a parable spake he not unto them, and when they were alone, he expounded all things to his disciples. And the same day when the even was come, he said unto them, let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships.
Yeah, so Yahushua took him and the 12 on a boat. It's another example. This is one of the examples that you can read when Yahushua, this first example, when Yahushua prospered. You see, it's another example when Yahushua sent them before him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't with them, but he was there watching the whole time. He was watching the whole time, even though he wasn't there. He wasn't on the actual physical boat. All right. But both these times that Yahushua came through, this was all the tests, all giving them experience to build their faith.
Verse 37, and there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, what manner of man is this that even the wind and the sea obey him?
All right, so let's jump back to the ark. It says, were you able to spot the 4 steps? It says, well, here they are. It says, step 1, he brings you into the storm. It says, for the apostles, it was an actual storm at sea. Normally, they would have felt quite assured on the water. Many were experienced fishermen used to such things. But what was happening was beyond their strength, their expertise, and their courage. They were in real danger. It says, that is what a trial or test is, something that takes you into deep water where what you have and what you control is not enough for what you are facing. It says this may be different for each person because what frightens one person is different from another. See, like you're saying, different walks. See, you know what I'm saying? Different paths, but the paths all lead to the same place, man. Right. It says for others it may be family trauma. It says for some it may be the threat of serious illness, and for many people feel, it's like it says, that many people feel that financial problems are a crisis they fear the most. It says whatever the storm is, it is a threat, an enemy, and a challenge that is bigger and stronger than you are. This is usually the first step that the Lord permits you to experience in the exercising of your faith muscle. All right, step 2. Well, I got that.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book of Romans chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations and hard times. Also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And that's what Yahweh Shai is doing. He's putting us all in these particular different experiences, all right, to build up our faith, build up our hope.
That's right. All right. It says step 2. He allows the storm to actually test your faith. It says we all go through various trials and tribulation in life that test our love, our strength, our goodness, and our patience. But in the Lord's faith-building program, he allows something to come into your life that will bully its way through all these things and strike at the very core of your spiritual being. Yeah. You want to pull it?
Okay.
I'm trying to find you guys. I'm trying to look it up.
You know?
Yeah, this is the book of Ephesians chapter 6. And I'll get straight to the point. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse, let's see, where's it at? Here we go. I'll start right here at verse 14. The point is in verse 16. Stand therefore, having your loins girt with the truth, girt about with the truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you may be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Yep. It's going back to what the Akim was just speaking about, man. Right? Can you read that section of the article again? It says something that wiggles its way through.
Go ahead, gotcha. All right. It says he allows something to come into your life that will bully its way through all these things and strike at the very core of your spiritual being.
Yeah, basically he's looking for that soft spot, that Achilles heel, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
You think about, the mythological, figure of man, Achilles. Man, he was a cold fighter, from, what the, philosophy or mythology says.
Yeah.
But it was just one little weak spot that he had, which was his ankles, man, his Achilles, tendon. And we all have our, spiritual so-called quote-unquote Achilles tendon, man, that one particular thing that just like crippled us, man. Like, oh shit. And oftentimes it comes in the form of fiery darts. It just come out of nowhere, man. Feel like a kidney shot. Maybe, a woman, you may find out a bitch cheating, whatever, man. It's all different for different brothers, man.
Yeah.
Your children start, acting crazy with you or whatever, man. You lose your job, your mom dies, your father, whatever. But that's what the Lord, right? He uses particular things like that, all right, and he allows it to happen to us, and that's when he really opens up our minds and examines it, man. All right, let me see what you're thinking about it now. Let me see if you're going to give up this faith in me now. That's what he was doing to Job the whole time.
Straight up.
Yeah, there's another one too. 1 Peter 4:12. Dear friends, don't be surprised in the NLT. Be not surprised at the fiery trials you are going through, as if something strange were happening to you.
Yeah, I want to read that. I had that. It's 1 Peter 4:12 in MSG. So it says, friends, when your life gets really difficult, don't jump to conclusions that God isn't on the job. Instead, be glad that you are in the very thick of what Hamashiach experienced. This is a spiritual refining process with glory just around the corner. See? So like Elder wrote in KJV, you know what I'm saying? When we going through these particular things, man, don't think that the Lord is not not working. He's working on it. You see? Scriptures tell you that he said through much labor what is that? Second Esdras?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
This is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 22. It's like in 21. It says, "And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a cluster of the grape."
Yep, go out to the elect.
And kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of the great people. Let the multitude perish then, which is born in vain.
That's 2/3.
And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
And those labors are what? These trials and tribulations. The Lord molding us and forming us into what He wants us. This labor, just like Yahushua gave about the I'm the vine and you the branches. You see, clipping, he's trimming it. You know what I'm saying? He's what they call it?
Pruning.
Yeah, pruning. There you go. You pruning the plant. You know what I'm saying? Clipping it off here and there, fastening it in the way that you want it to grow, man. You see? And that's what the Lord is doing with us, man. That's a part of that labor that the Lord is doing, man.
That clipping don't feel good either.
Nah. You see? Hell nah, it don't. You know? That's what the dude gonna go into it, man. We're gonna go back, brother. Y'all got something? All right, come on. Continuing on, it says, he will allow something to come into your life that will bully its way through all these things and strike at the very core of your spiritual being, which is your faith. The point of the test is not how kind or how patient you are, but if you believe in God for real. Faith in the Most High is the ultimate test, because the Bible says that, then it gives a couple of precepts, Job 42:4, Job 12 saying, Job 42:4, God is over creation. Job 12:23, God is over affairs of nations. Job 14:5, God is over man's burden and lot in life. You know what I'm saying? We got to read that right here, bro. Job, I want an NLT.
Verse 5.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
It's Job chapter 14 and 5 in the NLT. You have decided the length of our lives. You know how many months we will live, and we are not given a minute longer.
Yeah, showing you that the Lord, everything is detailed, like we put on that precept earlier. The Lord is precise. You know what I'm saying? And we pull this precept going into Esau, how his days are numbered. You know how it's only a certain amount of time that he can go with everybody, man. Whatever the Lord allots that person, or you know what I'm saying, a particular nation to go, that's what it's gonna be, man. You see, and that's what that shows you. The Lord has control on every aspect of life, all right, that we're dealing with. It. He's allowing these particular storms to come into our life for a purpose, man. You see, and that purpose is to prune us, all right, and build us up to fasten them. You know what I'm saying, until what He wants us to be. You see,
He says, if you be without chastisement, you are not sons but bastards, man.
all right. So going back and to get some more precepts, it says God is over success and failure, Luke 1:52. God is over every single event, good or bad, Matthew 10:30. All right, it says God's sovereignty over all areas of life in this way means that every storm is scheduled by Him, every storm is controlled by Him, and every storm finds its ultimate meaning in Him. It says this storm tests the faith of the disciples in the boat, not their seamanship. The Lord building program is designed to test your faith. You may become depressed, angry, discouraged, afraid, tired, dazed, confused, but in the end, despite everything you felt and thought and experienced, the question will be, do you still believe? See, you have those particular feelings. You get mad, you get discouraged, you get tired, you get afraid. You see, because the Lord is putting you in a situation that you've never been before. You see, you go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you've never been before, you're always gonna have that nervousness. You know what I'm saying? It's the unknown. You see? Those, at the end of the day, it's about faith, stepping out there with faith, man. You see? And like I said, and the question will be at the end, do you still believe? You know? After all we're going through, do you still believe? Like the brother said, like the priest out in the walk was saying, how the Lord puts up, so he's gonna look, I'm gonna see what he's gonna do now. I'm gonna see if he still believes. Job being a perfect example, man. Just like we read in James in the MSG, it says, remember the the staying power of Job, man. See how the Lord put him through and how it worked out for Job at the end, man. The Lord did all that and then blessed him 100-fold, man. Go ahead,
Because you had mentioned, about us being put in new situations, new environments. That can be scary, but that's where the Lord has given us more experience. This is Sirach 33 and verse 9. It says, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. Now, of course, you can apply this into physical travels, physical, geographical locations, but more so and especially in the spirit. The Lord is having us to travel in the spirit, going from faith to faith, glory to glory.
That's right. On this spiritual path, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like even like getting a new job. You know what I'm saying? You kind of had that little nervous, like, damn, nobody in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's an unknown. You ain't never been there. You ain't never went through. You know what I'm saying?
But once you go there, it ain't new no more.
Yeah,
it's already familiar. So it's like, okay, what's next?
You see?
So by the time you get done, you're a well-rounded, elect man.
That's right. All right. So going back, it says, this is step 2. The storm rocks the very foundation of your faith. The Lord has not brought you to step 2 until He have brought you. Like I said, until you have been to this point. Step 1 brings you into the storm. Then step 2 lets the storm test your faith. It says step 3, He leaves you in the storm. It says the apostles sensed the danger and tried everything they knew before finally coming to wake Yahushua up. It says at that time, He could have stopped the wind and waves, but the Lord allowed His disciples to remain in trouble until the last minute. People caught in the storm of life usually cry out, why me, why this, why now, or how long, how much, or how will I survive? It says then they want to know about the conditions of their body or the duration of the storm, or when the real issue of the condition of their faith. It's like saying, it's like my bad. It says when the real issue is the condition of their faith. They don't realize that in the end, the only thing that matters, whether you live or die, is the strength of your faith. All right. The scriptures talk about that real quick, man. Let me pull it. The storm. It talks about the storms of life, and I think it's in Psalms, Proverbs.
Jake followed so-called Jesus because it's an easy path. But lead you to a bunch of death. It's no application come with following so-called Jesus, right? You can't get built up with that thing.
Right. That's why a lot of Israelites, so-called Israelites, they don't believe in, the Lord, because they've been told their whole life that God is on your side only if good things happen to you.
Yeah.
If bad things happen to you, it's always a fucking devil. Have you ever considered the Lord? That's why Job told his woman, shall we receive good and most high, not evil too?
Right.
It all comes from Yahweh.
That's right. I'm going to continue reading and I'm going to get this precept. It says, and so part of the conditioning program includes a period of time in the eye of the storm, because that's where weak faith is strengthened and true faith is revealed. The disciples were no longer afraid after Yahushua stopped the winds and the waves, but a sincere faith tested and tried in many storms of life becomes strong enough to give a person courage even at the worst moment. And the brother had read that about in Sirach 22. You know what I'm saying? About that being put so deep in the earth. You know what I'm saying? The man being trained that way he won't, you know what I'm saying, to the point to where he won't lose his head in the crisis, man. Right. You see? But when this shit comes upon the wicked, real quick, Proverbs 10 and 25 in the NLT, it says, when the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. You see? And these storms are going to come upon the righteous and the wicked. It tells you that in the book of 2nd Esdras, man. You got it? Go ahead.
I had one I want to bring it out, but come back and I'm grabbing real quick. 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and verse 18. And it reads, this 2nd Esdras 7:18. It says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why? For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the why. Hey, it just goes to show that both the elect, the remnant, and the 2/3 are going to go through the straight things, man. These coming trials and tribulations, things that are about to come down the pipe.
the perilous times, the evil days, Jacob's trouble. It ain't gonna just be us in the know. Hey, they're gonna go through it too, man. But it says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer strange things and hope for why. The righteous have hope, man. Which that ultimately that hope is the kingdom of heaven, salvation. It says, for they that have done wickedly have suffered the strange things, so they gonna go through it too, and yet shall not see the why. So you're gonna get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, you got camps and groups out here cutting corners. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to speak on Esau. You know what I'm saying? Changing doctrine. You know what I'm saying? They went totally
Committing adultery.
committing adultery. Hey, bro, they're going bad out here. But they're gonna go through those same straight things, man. You know what I'm saying? But only difference is they're not going to see the why, man. They're gonna be destroyed.
Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 4, says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Right? And our hope is full of immortality. Like you say, Lord, he's gonna go through, we're gonna go through our chastisement. Like there's something like driving, not blow out, you know what I'm saying? Food may be licking in his crib. We go through certain things. We're gonna go through it, but that's like the Lord is basically getting us more deeply rooted. Like I said, he's trying to keep us grounded, humble. And it says in Colossians 2 that we're rooted and built up in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, it says, verse 5, it says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself. All right, remind me of John when said, they are thine and thine are mine. 17, John 17, 17. And that's us, we go through this chastisement, but that's one thing we have to do is constantly endure the things that we go through. We're supposed to count it all joy, because when we do it, we know it's the Lord that's actually putting this weight on. Now, what happens when you get weight on and you keep pushing it and going, enduring and moving forward? You get strong. So the Lord is putting that on us for our benefit for what's to come. He's basically making us stronger, chastising, putting us through certain things. But like I say, we know it's a great reward. What we just read that looking for the straight hope for the wide. We do hope for the wide. That's like when Yahweh Shai was trying to ask Lord to take the cup away from him, what they had to go through. We look for it, but that means that we're going to receive it? No, but we're going to keep going through it because we know the Lord, doing it where it's me, and if we have that faith, the Lord is going to get us through certain adversities that we have in our past.
Scripture say the goodness of God. You know what I'm saying? And it also says, going into that chastisement, it says despise not the chastisement of the Lord, because there's a righteous reward. There's going to be a benefit for. Can I get this real quick? Real quick, because he said he made mention of and so it made me think about Sirach, the second chapter, Sirach 2, and I'm starting verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when you're coming into this thing, it's not going to be a cakewalk. I know the brother Benaiah, priest Benaiah, he often would go into certain things. I remember the scriptures can't remember exactly how his word was, but it's about, I think Yahushua made a point about a certain type of walk or something where it wasn't going to be easy. I can't remember exactly. When we're out in the streets, you can bring it out. It's been a minute, yeah. So but I can't remember exactly the details of it. But it said, my son, if thou come in to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So you're going to go through things. The Lord is going to try you. He's going to test you, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to just trust you. Just like the wisdom. Wisdom tries you, takes you crooked ways, like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? But you endure. You go through it. You endure because like the Khan's going to, it's all tests. This whole thing is about tests, man. Pass the test, bro. The Lord is going to see how you're going to react, what you're going to do, man. You're going to give up or you're going to endure. You know what I'm saying? And what the scriptures say, he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. But verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. There it is. And make not haste in time of trouble, because the Lord is going to bring those troublesome times to test you, bro. So pass the test, That's all it's about, passing the test. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end, which is what all of us are striving for, man. That increase, bro. It said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Now, does that mean just, yeah, I'm getting fucked up? No, see, that's not what it means, man. Sit yourself down, bro. Yeah, man, sit down, calm down, understand it's the Lord working, bro. That's what it means, man. If you know the Lord chastises, you getting that chastisement, that means the Lord is dealing with you, bro. That should give you some comfort, bro. That's what it's telling you. Don't bug out. Keep your cool, bro. Yeah, Lord, Lord, let me not bug out, because I got just a personal testimony. I think I called one of these brothers, but at one point, man, the Lord put me through it. Every time I got on the highway, I got a flat. I hit something. It was something. Whatever lane I chose to get into, it's gonna be something there to give me a flat, bro. It don't matter which lane I got into. I mean, one time I put into a gas station, and I don't know how I did it, but I hit something, curves, and bust both tires. I was like, damn, you know. But the Lord was putting me through it, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's talking about. You know, how you gonna act? What are you gonna do? You gonna trip out? You know, you gonna cuss the Lord out? What you gonna do, bro? You know. So in that Lord's state, you know. As a matter of fact, I think it's the next one. Verse 5 says, "For gold is tried in the fire of it." For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Man. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the refinement of that gold, man. You know what I'm saying? That purging of all the dross and all that excess crap that has to be purged out of us, man. The Lord tears you down to build you back up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what He's doing with every one of these men. He's one of these men, man. You know what I'm saying? We get tore down to be built back up properly. Because we were Babylon. Man, we were Babylonians at one point, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Christians,
bro,
black people,
blacks, niggas, blacks, you know, African Americans, we've been a little bit of everything, bro. But that adversity, that furnace of adversity, man. Actually, when you go into that word, it literally means misfortune, man. You know what I'm saying? So He's going to put you through misfortunes. You know what I'm saying? But understand it's Him that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And keep your calm, keep your cool, man. Go through it and pass the test. You know, and endure it.
Go do it to broke through it.
There it is.
That's what Job said, that though He slay me, yet will I trust Him.
That's it. There you go. Beautiful.
That's it. You got something else?
No, I want to get that next verse to go on there. With that brother, it goes to the same thing.
In verse, it's right.
We got to relate.
Right. Now, this is back in Sirach 2 and verse 6. It says, "Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him."
You know, we got to start philosophy.
Right.
Yeah. See, Satan, he gonna be throwing low blows. Like we was talking earlier. Yeah, I was talking to brother earlier about, you know, so I want to bring out a point about that movie, Bloodsport. Bloodsport with Van Damme. And at the end, you know what I'm saying, he was fighting that nigga Bolo. And he was giving it to that nigga. Then the nigga Bolo, like, he cheated. He threw some shit in it and blinded him. You know what I'm saying? The nigga couldn't see. And he started beating him up. And you know what I'm saying? He fell to the ground. He started screaming. Like, nigga got mad. And the nigga just, he had to snap back into the spirit, man. He had been through he was panicking, He had to snap back into he calmed down and he got in the spirit and remembered all that training that his sensei put him through.
Right.
Then the next time the nigga swung, nigga just blocked him and just started giving it to him, whooped that nigga blind, man.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
that's wisdom meeting you in every thought.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 6. It says, "As gold in the furnace has He tried them, and received them as a burnt offering." So we're being tried in the fire, and we're going to be when you go through those adversities and you deal with them, you count it all joy. That's a smooth, sweet savior to the nose of the Lord. Like you said, that burnt offering, we're being basically, this is a sacrifice that we're putting through. We're going through all these trials, tribulation, adversities, and we do it for what? For the sake of the Lord. And the Lord, He sees it. So we're basically setting up we're burnt offerings to the Lord, because this is a sacrifice.
Heard all that shit out of it.
Yep.
Tattoos, gold,
Everything.
all kind of shit, man.
Yep.
No, we can't face the Lord with these bodies and these attitudes, man. We gotta change.
That's right.
Gotta go through it.
We rather get purified that way than get purified through the thermonuclear destruction.
Real quick.
Like,
No, go ahead.
when I say Proverbs 25:4, it said, "Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the refinery." Refinery shall have a shot. So that's what you have to be purged of all the shit. The six, nothing was your house shot was a fire. Right now. That was it.
Like this Job 7:18 in the NLT. But you examine us every morning and test us every morning, every moment. See, every morning, every time the Lord put the Spirit on you, open your eyes, man.
Say right there, wait.
Yeah, you know.
John Water, he was working out there, he's sweating.
Yeah, you said,
Call back, right? Right there, waiting on you, know.
Good morning.
I've been waiting, I've been bored without you.
yeah, right.
Second cup of Folgers.
That movie called Spawn and shit. You know Spawn?
Yeah,
Spawn?
yeah.
Yeah, that was short.
Yeah,
Violent.
Your baby mama right over there. Watch you sleep, got the phone in your hand.
Say no up.
That's the Lord testing you. The Lord testing you, you're gonna hit the bitch.
Yeah,
You
as
know?
soon as you wake up, it's some bullshit.
Your phone missing. She mad. She staring at her.
Mary J. Blige in the living room, you know it's on. You got something?
Yeah. This is the book of, this is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 5. This is known as the Beatitude of the Sermon on the Mount. And Yahweh Shah faced his disciples and told them, Matthew 5:5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Now I want to go to the word meek real quick. I'm going to read it. I know you know article. This word meek in the Greek is strong, G4239, it's a cross. It says, meekness towards the Most High is that disposition of spirit in which we accept his dealings with us as good, and therefore without disputing or resisting. In the Old Testament, the meek are those who wholly relying on the Most High, rather than their own strength to defend against injustice. And of course, who was known for their meekness? King David, man. All right, looking at all the hell and shit that he was going through from Saul, right, his own son Absalom, right, and other treacherous and slanderous people, man. It says, thus meekness toward the Most High. It's like the meekness toward evil people means knowing the Most High is permitting the injuries they inflict, that he is using them to purify his elect.
Yeah, he letting that thing on the job fuck with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He letting that particular family member give you hell, man. Or that woman, man. See? All for his purpose, man. See, building you up, like the brother, when I said, to draw whatever he wants out of you. See? Yeah, bro.
It says, and this is the true definition of turning the other cheek. That's what it means to turn the other cheek. Right? Allow the Lord to use them for what they're created for. Right? Yeah, they know good pieces of shit, sons of Belial, but the Lord had them to cross your paths for a particular reason, to teach us temperance and patience. But it don't feel good. I mean, you know, when we looking at them niggas face to face, like we want to square up, you know. But we gotta put on your Yahweh Shah. All right, look at our forefathers. Look at King David. You had King David. You had that Benjamite. He was throwing rocks at him, cursing at him. Yeah. One of David's men said, "Hey, King, that shit, I can chop off his head for you." And David said, "Man, relax, bro. The Lord put it up on his spirit to curse me." And the Lord eventually, through King Solomon, right, had that nigga to get put to death. Right. So it says, thus meekness toward evil people means knowing the Most High is permitting the injuries they inflict, that he is using them to purify his elect, and that he will deliver his elect in his time. Gentleness or meekness is the opposite of self-assertiveness and self-interest. It stems from trust in the Most High's goodness and control over the situation.
Hey, the scripture tells us we gotta deny ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let him deny himself and follow me. You see, you ain't about your self-interest, what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like it said, like the brother was reading, the Lord allows these particular people into our lives for his purpose. Right. And them niggas are not gonna get away with it. Right. You see, don't think them niggas, the Lord letting them niggas put hell on you and they're gonna get away with it. Fuck no. The Lord is using them niggas for that purpose to draw whatever he wants out of you, and then once he's done with them niggas, they mark for judgment. Right. You see?
Beauty of it, man. You know what I'm saying? There is an outcome. There is a finality. You know what I'm saying? So go through whatever you're going through, and trust me, all these brothers are going through something, man. Whether like they went over, it be some in the job, your girl, your woman, whatever. You know, whatever you're going through, understand it's the Lord, you know, and there's a reason, you know, and there's an outcome and conclusion to it, you know, and just like the Khan just mentioned, they are not going to go unscathed, man. You know, the Lord is going to deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Understand that, you know.
All right, it's back in the article. It says the disciples were no longer afraid of the Yahweh shall stop the wind and the waves, but as sincere faith tested and tried in many storms of life, become strong enough to give a person courage even at the worst moment. It says storms, not smooth sailings, are what builds faith. If your faith doesn't awaken or grow stronger in the storm, then whatever happened for nothing. Yahweh shall leads you in the storm so your faith will build endurance, hope, and an unshakable trust in him. See, and that's ultimately, at the end of the day, all these different tests, that's what they stem back and root back to. The Lord showing us, look, trust in me. Literally every test, what you gotta do? You gotta trust in the Lord. You gotta trust in the Lord. Every fucking test you go through, it all roots back to trusting in the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's controlling it at the end of the day. He's the one doing it. And just to add to that, the brother read it in Ephesians 6 chapter. That's why when we go through that, when we get verse 16, it says, and above all, you know, taking the shield of faith. He said above all. So that shows you the importance of faith, man. You got these carnal niggas out here that ain't got no faith. You know what I'm saying? They think they can do it themselves. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You got carnal things. You know, y'all know the groups, you know, these pull-up boys and, you know, the Daggermen and all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't have faith, man. They don't actually truly believe in Yahweh Shah, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, and again, you see, which the Lord is beautiful in how he's doing it, man. You're clearly starting to see the whom are my chosen, like the Lord is, like he said it in 2 16, man. You know, he said, and then you shall know, or roughly paraphrasing, whom are my chosen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These things are clearly starting to be seen. All these groups are going off, you know, going wayward. You know what I'm saying? But there's one group, you know, bro, sticking to the script, man. You know what I'm saying? So these things, man, it's a beautiful, we're in a beautiful time seeing beautiful things, people. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to add.
Probably gonna add just real quick, because you will never get this type of teaching like in these other Israelite camps. You know, because when Yahweh Shah came, he really, when you read Isaiah 42, it says, my servant who's going to magnify the law. Yahweh Shah really, you want to be technical, he kind of made it harder. You know, walking in the spirit, that's hard, man. You know, that's the condition of the battle that we must fight. You know, because anybody can just throw on some fringes, say shalom, right. You know, even go out to the camps. You know, that's, I mean, come on, man. Like, you know, hold a sign, you know, read, you know. But what's hard is actually staying in the spirit. You know, but that's something that requires a constant, diligent effort all throughout the day, man. Even when you sleep, you know, you get a nightmare or you know, you get a bad dream, whatever, Satan fucking with you. And as soon as you wake up, like you get, you know, your mind can drift off back, you know, whatever. But fight, staying locked into the spirit, that's the true fight. That's what it looks like to truly believe on Yahweh Shah.
All right, so back in the article, man, we went through all these steps 1 through 3. I'll read the steps. Step 1, he brings you into the storm. Step 2, he allows the storm to actually test your faith. Step 3, he leaves you in the storm. And this is step 4. It says he leads you to calm waters. It says the apostles saw with their own eyes that the wind died down, the boat stopped sinking, and the waves retreated. James describes the moment or status as one of spiritual maturity and completeness. James 1, 2 through 4. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. It says every storm eventually blows over, and such is the case in the storm of life. But the ones we have come through with stronger faith changed us for the better. You see, these particular trials and tribulations changed us for the better, man. You see, and the Lord knows what he's doing. I've got a quick one. 1 Peter 5 and verse 8 in the MSG. Keep a cool head, stay alert. The devil is poised to pounce and would like nothing better than to catch you napping. Keep your guard up. You're not the only one plunged into these hard times. It's the same with Christians all over the world. So keep a firm grip on the faith. The suffering won't last forever and won't be long before this generous God who has great plans for us in Hamashiach, eternal and glorious plans they are, will have you put together. It's like it will have you put together and on your feet for good. It says he gets the last word. Yes, he does. See? So like we read, the storm, the step forward, he comes the storm, man. You see? So like I just read, man, that these troubles are not gonna last for a long time. See, and it's all a part of the plan of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Like it says glorious plans, man. See?
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4. I'm going to read it first in KJV, then I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So the things that we're going through, which I want to read, let me read it in NLT. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17 in NLT, for our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. So that's clear cut to the point, man. This goes, little things we're going through, man, what the Lord is about to give us far exceeds them by, man, there is really no comparison, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be eternal. We're going to get these things forever, glorified bodies, spiritual powers, we're going to have everything, including these people, serving us, you know what I'm saying? Everything, man. We get, we're going to be righteous, laws, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, and we don't go off again. We got everything coming to us, man. Our children going to be in order, our wives going to be in order. Everything is going to be beautiful for us, and there's no end to that, man. How can you compare whatever little problems you have now to that? You know what I'm saying? And that's just, trust me, I ain't even scraping the surface. Our minds, our thoughts, not the Lord's thoughts. His ways higher than our ways. So again, the things He's going to give us, there is no way we can even begin to try to start battle. Right. You know what I'm saying? We won't even touch the surface. So we won't scratch the surface of it. Man. It's about the Lord is going to really, bring His people up and take care of us, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
And so with that, man, remember you and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's faith building program, man. You see, and like the brother, the prize for finishing the program, like the brother said, is the kingdom, man. You see, rulership, immortality, you see, and forever happiness, man. So, Lord willing, y'all keep fighting. That when we all praise on and glory unto
Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Kakadash.
the honors unto the apostle of Millstone and teach them well. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Beautiful lesson, bro.